Cancel.
Schweezy. This is the type of guy you get.
So apparently, news flash to all of you out there, Christianity is on a decline in the... Is it the U.S.? It's the U.S., yeah. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm talking about today on Cancel Schweezy. The Christianity is declining in the United States of America. What apparently, you know, with all our money says, "In God we trust." Apparently our founding fathers said it was a Christian nation, but then made it free, and then created freedom of religion. That's the type of guys we're getting.
This is the type of guy you get.
So yeah. Apparently, this is according to Pew Research Center, and I guess the General Social Survey. I guess they were involved too. So Pew Research, from what I've heard, it's very, very good research. Very, very done. It's a lot of facts. So it's just a lot of facts and graphs and that shit. So I wanted to go over that and think about and talk about what's going on. And I said, hey, what's going on? Why are people leaving Christianity? Why is Christianity on decline? Well, you know what?
Let's just jump into it.
That's what I have to say. Let's just jump into it. Let's see. In the early 90s, about 90% of people in the United States identified as Christians. The report said 2020 Christians accounted for about 64% of the U.S. population, including children. Meanwhile, those who are not affiliated with religion has grown from 16% in 2007 to 30% in 2020. That's a pretty big jump. I would expect it to be a little bit bigger considering the time frame. All other religions, including Judaism, Islam, Hinduism, and Buddhism, accounted for about 6% in 2020. Okay. Oh yeah, 2020 is when we had the... That's when we had the... what the fuck was it? Census, that's what it's called. It's called a census, folks. Learn math, or whatever. So, what am I looking at here? I found a giraffe. That's I'm looking at. I'm gonna look at a graph. Okay, I'll pull up the graph here. What is it saying? It's gonna take me to another link. Don't take me to another link. Show me the photo. Show me the photo. So steady switching movements into and out of Christianity remaining stable at recent observational rates. It's going Christians to unaffiliated. So yeah, it's showing that the compared to other religions, it looks like, this is like prediction that Christianity looks like it's going towards 64% to 46%, which
that's rough, buddy.
What was it? Rising disaffiliation with limits. Needs to growing shares of Christians switch out before they turn 30. Shrinking shares of nuns switch in. Okay, so then it's showing, more people have decided that to leave Christianity rather than like people who were not Christian affiliated joining in, which is a big, which I think says a lot about that, because to be honest with you, because it's always like Christianity has always been like the recruitment religion. And, Jehovah's Witnesses and Mormons, I guess they could fall under the same bracket, though I don't know. Those are like for sure cults. Like you can go to a church and it's not a cult. Like you can go to any church in the United States and I bet there's a chance it's probably not a cult. And then there's some that are just very culty. Rising disaffiliation without limits. In each new generation, a growing share of Christians switch out before they turn 30, while a shrinking share of nuns switch in. That feels like the same graph, but I don't know which the difference is. I'm not that smart. No switching. This scenario imagines no person in America has changed or will change their religion after 2020. So that's more predictive. A lot of these are predictions on what's going on. All right, I just looked at predictions. It looks like people are going to leave, and not an amount of new people are going to stay. So, as Zuko, King Zuko of the Fire Nation once said,
"That's rough, buddy."
For potential is a stable rate of people moving in and out. What does this mean? Basically, it shows that people are leaving Christianity, and now people are replacing it. I guess I've already gone over that a little bit, but will this tell us why? There's a reason I will think come to abrupt stop. So yeah, that's this. So this is mainly just the research that's done, peer research that I've gone over this very poorly. But basically, what they're describing is that as the future continues, and we're looking at the trends, that Christianity, people are leaving Christianity before they're 30. So people who grew up Christian are leaving that shit. I'm an example. I have hundreds of friends who are also an example of that. But the thing is, because you think like there's some people going out, but then there's a lot of people coming in. You know, you think there's going to be that coming in aspect. The thing is, I think what it's showing here is like I think it's the really cool thing. I don't think it's that big of a surprise that people are leaving Christianity. I think it's a surprise that their recruitment efforts are not doing very good. The fact that they're recruiting, trying to get people to go to church and become Christians, all that stuff is not doing very good, and it's really bringing the whole thing down. So. And I happen to think, do they say what age range this is mainly affecting? Because I know they go under 30 and stuff like that. I mean, and to be honest with you, you know, the kids I see on the talk, they don't seem to have any affiliation with Christianity whatsoever. And if they did, it's not good. It's not good. They have some stories to tell. There was one point, you know, I was looking for the Christian talks to send friends and stuff like that, but yeah, it just looks like Christianity's going downhill. And so let's think here. Why is Christianity going downhill? And you know, I want to go the Christianity as an organization over just specific religious beliefs, because I mean, with religious beliefs, I feel like the big thing I would say in regards to religious beliefs when it comes to this would be that I feel like more and more people are reading the Bible. And I think the more and more people that read the Bible realize and, you know, learn Jesus, because I feel like, you know, before Martin Luther decided to nail, you know, his 91, 90, I don't know how many things he did. A lot of them repeat themselves. Let's be honest with you. If you've read that thing, a lot of it repeats it. He didn't need to make that many. He kind of played himself there.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Because he definitely did not need to make that many. He could probably sum it up pretty quick. But yeah, that was, you know, around that time, people were actually reading the Bible. They weren't just like trusting the words of one guy who knows how to read it and explain it to them. We were like, hey, that's wrong. I don't think that's correct. And then, you know, it kept moving on from there, you know. We've just been escalating. More people have been learning how to read. And people are getting smarter. And then I think the internet probably has something to do with it. I don't think people are really poking holes in a lot of things. We're really seeing the dark side, I think, of Christianity. Why people don't really want to be involved in it. Because, like, you see how you read the Bible and you're like, Jesus helps the poor. Jesus helps the sick. Jesus wants to help people. And then and then you go to church, and then the pastor's making 6+ figures, and they're like, I don't know if we had the budget to be able to help people in our church, but you can give us money. I feel like we'd love you. And they probably preach more about giving money than they actually do any fucking thing Jesus said. And just to remind you, Jesus did say it's hard for rich people to get into heaven. He did say that. His words, not mine. He said that. And that means like all these rich pastors who are using Christianity to become rich and some to even become famous, they're going to have a hard time getting into heaven. That's what he said. That's what he said. So I think that brings it to light, just like how scummy pastors are. And then the Christians would be like, well, we're all not perfect. And I'm like, that's true. But I feel like they know better. They know better than to be like, you know, I'm going to take advantage of people who already don't have a lot of money just to make myself richer. Like, you know, if you're going to get rich, and that's the thing, you know how to get rich. You're going to, you know, if you want to make an omelet, you got to break some eggs. That's what they said. Do you think Jeff Bezos has done the pure great thing to get rich? No. Do you think Elon Musk does? No. Didn't Elon Musk say, like, everyone has to go back to the office, and if you don't want to, you have to quit? and like that way he didn't have to fire people and pay unemployment. You know, that's what he did. You know, you think those people are great people? Like there are some rich people who do a good job, like Mark Cuban. But he's like fun rich. You know, you got to be fun. I feel like Jesus doesn't care about the fun rich people. He like, I bet if I ran Mark Cuban, hey Mark, I'm kind of low on money right now. Can I have $100? He'd be like, yeah, fucking sure. I don't care. I use these to wipe my ass. So stuff like that. So that, you know, I think, you know, pastors and how churches are run just like an organization, and mainly at most parts they become just, it's like a Sunday like event where you listen to a shitty cover band and then you listen to a TED Talk. That's what church is. People are like, you know, you can't go to heaven if you don't go to church. I'm like, I feel like if I skip a couple TED Talks, Jesus is gonna be cool. I don't think he's gonna be mad. I feel like I don't sing along, and it's like how. And you just think about it, and you're like, no, I'm playing in a band. We do like cover band weekends and stuff like that. Weekends, you know, gigs and stuff like that. They're fun, you know, they're fun. We make money, and the audacity I think it would have to have for us to put lyrics on a screen so people could sing along with us. Does anyone think how fucking like narcissistic that has to be for a musician to be like, I'm gonna put the words on the screen so everyone can sing along, as if they don't know the songs already? Like if you go to see a band live, you should know, I mean, if you like them, you'll know the words. If you don't, you're not gonna sing along. That's how fucking church brings us in. Like, we want people to sing along with us because it's fun. Like when you play with a fun crowd and they all sing along, it's a lot of fun. Even if it's not your song, it's a lot of fun, and that's what churches try to do. And it's just, you know, I just know so many fucking church musicians who want to be fucking rock stars. And I'm like, yeah, have fun playing. Our God is greater. Our God is strong. I'm like, that's rock star fucking material right there. Go cheat on your wife. That's more rock star behavior than what you're fucking doing. Like, you're more rock star in your behavior than your fucking music. That's just fucking sad. And then we talk about all like the sexual assault that's going on in churches too, and the church will just cover it up because it's it's like basically turning into a corporation, and you're like, oh, one of the pastors sexually assaulted me. It's like, okay, sign this waiver and we'll give you money, so you shut up. Like, that's what Jesus wanted. Jesus wouldn't want people leading his good word to sexually assault. That's what Jesus wants. He just wants people to sexually assault people all the time. And that's what Jesus said. Thou art now, stick your finger in a woman's vagina and hook it like a fish and carry her around. That's what I want you to do. And then have her sign a non-disclosure agreement and pay her off. That's what Jesus wanted. And, you know, I think really the nail in the coffin for why Christianity is declining, because I think a reason I kind of left going to church was mainly because of an orange guy. And how, like, there's a lot of people just, you know, I just really respected, and they're like, Trump is our savior. He's the Messiah. He's gonna lead America into a Christian nation again. I'm like, first of all, you're describing kind of what the Antichrist is, like a false prophet, and he clearly is. You think he fucking believes in that shit? Do you think he believes in Christianity? I don't think he gives a shit about it. He gives a shit about the voters. He wants people to vote for him, and so he's going to manipulate you dumb motherfuckers, to believe him. But, yeah, keep telling yourself Trump is a Christian man. I got unfriended from a guy on Facebook because I like to get drunk and bully Republicans on the internet, and I'm like, admit right now that Donald Trump represents Jesus, and he unfriended me and didn't answer that question. So, yeah. So I'm going to tell you right now: if you identify as a Christian, you can't be a Republican. Every fucking idea they have or ideal they have is 100% against what Jesus preached about. Like 100%. Jesus would have probably been a socialist. Just gonna leave that there. So yeah. Christianity going away and more people going away will make society probably better, because we're probably going to be better people regardless. We're not going to be better people just because because you listen to a TED Talk on Sunday. Most of those people aren't very good people anyways. Let's just be honest with you. Hey there, you just checked out a highlight from Cancel Schweezy. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you learned something and that you are now a smarter individual. Just so you know, we have full episodes and other many highlights available now. Click here for the next best thing that you can go check out as well. And make sure you press that subscribe button and press that notification bell. That way you get updated anytime we make a new post or anytime that we make a new highlight or full episode. So thank you, honk if you love butt drugs, and stay awesome.